Okay, this is this makes me so excited because I don't want to lose the ability to direct myself. I don't want to lose the ability to not be able to navigate through life because I've given up that authority. I did not come prepared. When I tell you this battery has died, I don't know. I don't know. The SD cards don't have any room. We're here. We're slowly getting back to it. All right, and take 3. Hey, you guys, it's Shelley Wellness, and I am back to just tell you what I've been up to. I think being quarantined has really reminded me that at the end of the day, it's another human on the other end of this camera, on the other end of this video, on the other end of the screen. Hi, human. I'm human too. Some people just want to be with one another, and right now, our computers, our internet, our cameras are the things that we have to connect with one another. This is what I've been up to. The last time I came to you was really the journey. That was the last time I kind of updated. The journey started in 2016, and in 2016, I basically decided to leave New York, where I've been living for that point about 4 years, and take a break, a much needed break, but also recenter myself in my purpose, in my life, in my work, and my being. I want to share with the world, and I want to teach classes. I want to travel around the world and teach classes. Like wherever I am, I want to teach nutrition classes and culinary classes and teaching people about their food and how to eat better food and how to use food to be healthy, how to treat food as you know, not just a part of your heritage or a part of your cravings, but a part of your medicine. I need help freeing the inner critic in me and freeing the colonized part of me, you know, thinking that this work can't be done in the way that I see it, to bring people to that awareness as well. From this moment on, that's all I'm going to be. I took that break because I was feeling so frustrated and so lost and so vulnerable and so like, why isn't this working? Like, why have I been here for 4 years and things don't seem to be clicking together? Like, why isn't this working? Not taking into account, hello, my father passed away in 2012, and I also lost about $300,000 in 2 properties that I had in Atlanta. And that was devastating. All of it. It all happened within a week. So just loss on top of loss on top of loss on top of loss. Literally, they were 3 days apart. So there's like half of me that has left the earth, is no longer in the building. And I have to now find another way to access my father, his wisdom, his love, his support when I can't pick up the phone or just go to him. And my father was an amazing man and a present dad. Thank you, Daddy. He was a present dad, and he was in my life, and our relationship was full. And I got to tap into the fullness of the relationship, and I got to tap into all of the lessons that he seeded me with when I was younger. And I had to learn how to have this different relationship with him because he was no longer physical. He was the spirit that he had always been. But because our spirits had tapped into each other from I was a child, I could tap back into that. And that was life-saving. So, oh my God. It took me another 4 years to get myself back together. That was tough. That was a tough time in my life. And in that toughness, one of the beautiful things that came out of it was a lot of lessons, and also a lot of opportunities to apply those lessons. And I spent a lot of that time recording it. That is not anything that I've put out, but I also knew that at some point I was going to share that with the world. But it was a matter of making sure that I got myself right before I started sharing such things that can be triggering. And if I'm not in a position mentally first, once my mind is strong, the body, the financial, the everything else is fine. But my mind had taken a huge hit, and I felt very vulnerable at that time. So it wasn't a period of a lot of sharing, but definitely a period of a lot of releasing, a lot of shedding, a lot of going in. My point is that 2016 was just like, girl, get out. So I got out. And I took some trips and recentered myself, and I filmed that experience. Just the ability to tell your story as it is, the good, the bad, the ugly. In this video, I'm not getting into that story. In this video, I just want to share what I have been up to. I was featured on Dr. Oz twice. That was an amazing opportunity. Being able to go into the show twice and share my knowledge about health and healthy eating and just being on such a platform like that definitely was world changing. Like the world shifted being on that platform. And then I was in a music video.
Genes on my genetics that bleeds through the atoms. You was something more than queen, you was goddess. You obtained it, you have it, you got it. Yeah, you got it when I spotted you at shows, when I jotted you in rhymes, when I traced you on my soul, when I chased you cause I couldn't let you go. You was gone when you wore that ticket off, when you used to put it on. You obtain it, you take it, you cop it.
So my friend reaches out to me, tells me he has this opportunity. The song is about Black female empowerment, upliftment, just honoring the Black woman. And I was like, word, sign me up. So what's interesting is I've always wanted to be in a music video. When I was a teenager, I watched MTV every single day. The Grind, I am dating myself. The Grind was my favorite, and I used to love to watch the dancers, and they were particularly big curly hair dancers, and they were Black women. I just remember watching them and like the freedom of the expression. I loved watching them dance, and I love dancing, and so I always wanted to be in a music video. Oh, another thing, I was in a national commercial.
So many vegan options.
Thanks, Brandless.
And only $3?
I'm sold.
$3.
Who says better has to cost more?
That was interesting. I don't think I realized when the commercial had aired, but I was starting to get calls and texts and messages like, I saw you in the commercial, da-da-da. And I was like, what? And then, so I finally realized that it had aired in cities. So, because I don't own a TV, I haven't owned a TV, y'all, in, when was the last time I had a TV? Lord. 1999. I got rid of the TV when I went to Spelman. I think at that point I just realized that the time investment that it takes emotionally to take up with characters and shows and storylines and plots at that time were dragging on for weeks. You have to wait every week for a video, that it would consume me in ways that I wanted to free up so I could explore life on my own terms. So I stopped watching the TV then, and the habit just stuck. Anyways, so I finally saw it. It's on YouTube as well. Now, I will say the sad part is that the company has since gone under. They opened 2-3 years ago, brandless, and I love them. I wish they'd come back, but they're gone. So there's that. But the opportunity was also like game-changing, life-changing, door-opening, which was amazing. So thank you so much, Brandless. I appreciate you for bringing dope products, but also for putting me in your commercial. I like that. I have been teaching workshops. Okay, this is this makes me so excited because when I came back from my 2016 break, I was just renewed, and I was like, we got this. And going away, there's something about traveling that forces you to tap into a sort of sense of survival, because it forces me to now rely on things that I don't have to rely on when I'm here back in New York that are in the US that are on autopilot. And so working on autopilot is cool because it can like make things more efficient, but it also has its dangers in that things get a little rusty because you don't use them. You know, you don't necessarily need them. You're sort of relying on this thing. It's almost like how people rely on who reads maps anymore? People now have their maps read to them, you know? So I made a point, I remember, not to use Google Maps or have the talking thing. I'll look at what the map says, I'll put it in my head, and then I'll make sure to follow it. And if I need to reference it, cool, but I don't want to lose the ability to direct myself. I don't want to lose the ability to not be able to navigate through life because I've given up that authority. When I say authority, I don't mean like in charge. I mean, you author. Like authority, you author your life, you author your narrative. And I think that's so important in life. If you lose that and you start trying to follow down these other paths, you will get lost. And when you come back, it might be too late because you spend 20 years living some story that's not yours, just to come back 20 years later and realize that the story that was yours is, I don't know. And I came back with an opportunity. It was an opportunity to train a group of folks to become community chefs. And this opportunity was something that I don't know that I had dreamed it the way it looked, but I definitely had dreamed it. So like I said, those years earlier, even though I was hurting, even though I was having a tough time, it was rocky bottoms, I also was preparing. I also was writing. I also was authoring authority over my life. I'm authoring my life. And so I had been writing courses like this, and I had been slowly teaching here and there, doing a little bit there, a little bit there, speaking on a panel, etc. And all of this wasn't about exposure or money. It was about being in practice with my word. If I say that I'm a woman who teaches health, if I say that I am a woman who helps others eat healthy, if I say that I'm a woman who lives a healthy lifestyle, I need to be able to say that all the way, not just with my words, but in my deeds and my actions too. So I was practicing, and work is practice. This opportunity came and it opened my world, because now I realized, one, I can make a living teaching workshops. Like, I can make a living teaching workshops, and I can teach this. Like it wasn't just in my head. I've had the opportunity to work with so many different companies, universities, schools, nonprofit organizations, social organizations. Teaching a workshop and seeing the growth in the participants, like folks who came with one set of like understanding and knowledge, and then were able to move into this other understanding of set and knowledge, and to move into this knowledge, and then integrate all of it so it made sense for them and for their own life. Seeing people get encouraged to work with their own families, work within their communities, work with themselves, like really, really focus on what it was going to take for them to be healthier versions of themselves. Teaching that workshop that weekend changed my life, and from then I just started teaching, but it also opened up my life to what a sister can get paid. I was already looking for a way to shift from catering and personal chefing. I am moving into a part of my life where I don't want to be location dependent, and I also don't want the physical labor anymore. I think I paid my dues. I'm good. But I don't want to be cooking for catering and like those large orders anymore, and just processing large batches of food. Once I shifted to a heavy plant-based lifestyle, but I was still catering everything, I realized that I couldn't serve meat or fish or cook meat or fish for groups. It just wasn't something that brought me joy the way it used to. My consciousness had changed, and so it's hard to do that. If you hire me to cook for you, you know what I do to food already. So if I don't do that to the food, because consciously I'm having a battle with like whether or not I should be cooking and serving this, you're going to taste that battle. You're not going to taste that dope curry, that dope jerk, that dope adobo. You're not going to taste any of that. So there's that. Being able to find this way where I could switch and I could take the teachings of that, like what does it look like to create a dietary lifestyle for yourself, and honor it and stick to it. That's the real thing. The sticking to it is hard. It's not that diets are failing, it's people's habits are failing them, so they can't stick to their diet. So I started teaching about the habits that help you stick to your diet, and that has been game changing. For myself, I see the growth. For the people who come to my classes, I see the growth, and it's beautiful to get that feedback and see that it works. It's been dope, and I'm grateful for all the other opportunities that are to come from this. I am super excited because this I love this, and the best part is I get to combine, because remember, I still love cooking, y'all. That's like on a professional level what's been up with me. On a personal level, I have been traveling. When I tell y'all, I have travel videos from 2017 that have not seen the light of day. So that's something else I'm gonna do. In 2020, I am putting out all my travel videos. Old footage, some more recent footage. My most recent trip was Mexico, Morocco, and Ghana that I took within the last 3 months. So you'll be able to see that. So that's been fun. Traveling, y'all already know that's my jam. So traveling's been fun. I've been experimenting in the kitchen a lot because I have become heavy plant-based. I have been really trying to figure out how to make all the things that I love without them tasting, grassy. So I've been making butter, I've been making eggs, I've been making cheese. Actually, I've not been making cheese. I've been buying and sampling different vegan cashew-based cheeses. I've been making dishes like lasagna, like typical dishes that use animal-based ingredients. I've been trying to figure out how to make those in a way that my taste buds girl. And so the thing about transferring like that old way of how I used to cook and then making it plant-based, there's a transition period that has to happen. And I am constantly sort of like testing and refining, getting ideas and trying new recipes. So I'm in the kitchen all the time making a bunch of stuff. But that's what I've been up to. And yeah, I'm gonna see y'all around. The journey continues. So yeah, I'll see y'all in the next journey video. And hopefully it won't be, matter of fact, not even hopefully, it will not be another 3 years before I update you on a journey. I'm literally filling you in on like 3 years worth of stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna like do this one regularly. But don't judge me if I don't.
Chick-fil-A, chicken, banana pizza, pickles, and Haitian sauce. Rice, bananas, potatoes, avocado.
There we go. Hey! So much fun.
Riding on the city streets.
So we're headed to Tana's boat ride party. Very first time. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time when we visit Arizona, check out Sedona, the Grand Canyon, and all the delicious things I ate, plus more breakthroughs. You know I say having breakthroughs on a trip. See you soon.